Using effectively the tools that we have at our fingertips in our everyday practice of real estate is key to getting to the results we want. Hi, Daniel Katz with RE Hangout here. In today's video, I'm going to show you some tricks in how to create a showing grid using our new MLS matrix. This comes in very handy when we have multiple showings on a single day and we would like to have all that information condensed into one single page. So, for that, let me show you and give you an example. Let's say that we have in Matrix, I'm using MLS Matrix, our new MLS system or newest MLS system. And let's say that we have a search going on that yields all these results. This is the grid in which we see all those possibilities that match the criteria that our customer is looking for. And for argument's sakes and to simplify, let's say that this 5 or 6 listings that I'm selecting here, so far I have 5, let's get one more, are the ones that our customer is interested in seeing. So now we have all this in a single page. Nonetheless, all this information does not help me in my showing. So I'm going to show you the end result and I'll show you how it's done. I click on my showing grid and now in a single page I will have the MLS number, the address for that particular property, which I can extend a little bit here so it comes in a single line. I have the listing agent's name, the listing agent's phone number, email address, and what the showing instructions for that particular listings are. So with that and printing it and putting it on top of all our independent brochures or individual brochures, we can have information handy to call the listing agent for the next showing and let him know, hey, listen, we're on our way, we're on time, and we're all good. So how do we create a grid like this? Very simple. We just need to know which fields we would like as part of that. We're going to go to my matrix over here and it's in under settings and it's called custom displays. I click there and this allows me to create, modify, or make any changes. I already know that I have here a grid. I'm going to just create a new one. So you click add, this allows you to start fresh. And these are all the available fields that you can create for you to create your own grid. And by selecting them and clicking add, you will make them the selected or a part of the grid that you want. So in this case, we definitely know that we want the MLS number, which is right here. I just type here part of the name or the entire name. It will filter the results here. I click add. In addition to that, I know that I would like to have the address of the property. So where is it? Street address. I believe that's it. So then we want the listing agent name. I know I want the listing agent's phone number. I just type phone. So agent phone, add. I know I want the email address. So agent's email address. And lastly, I know that I want the showing instructions, just to have them handy. Add. If at any point in time the order in which you see here things is not what you want, you can always move up or down these fields. So if I move this up, this field will show up in the grid before agent's email address, which is not what I want at this moment. So I'm good with that. I'm going to call this my new showing grid. And I call it that way because I already have one that it's called new showing grid. I click save and done. All right, so now we have created that particular grid. I'm going back to the home screen. I'm going to the same search. So let's assume that you have already created a search. You've gone through the different results and you've selected, along with your customer, this 6 properties to be shown. You're making the calls and you decide to make the, you have already set up appointments. So now you have the selected properties, and right down here where it says display, remember we just created a new display. I click the drop down here, and notice that you will have here new showing grid, and the word my before that name, it lets you know that this is something that you have created, and so it's new, it's yours, and it's not part of the system. Okay, so this is how simple it is. Now I encourage all of you to start getting creative as to new grids that you can customize yourself for your purpose. And I'll give you some pointers to get your thinking juices going. I'm going to go back to this particular search all the way to, I'm going to start here from get-go. And let's say that in addition to looking for active, I want to show this person what has closed in the last 3 months, so this person can get an idea of the activity going on in this particular area. And I'm going to narrow some things down here because we're getting 212 results, which we can see down here. So I just want to make this a little bit less in numbers so we can see and appreciate a little bit more. So we conduct a search, and now we see that we have here all the actives, and I'm going to just organize this, actives and closed sales, and the system gives me somewhat of interesting information like listing price and the sell price. Nonetheless, I believe that if we reorganize or we see these results in a different way, we can extract a lot more information from these results. So I have created my active versus closed sales grid. And if I change the way in which I interact with these results, notice that now I not only have the listing price, but I have the original listing price, I have the selling price, the dollars per square foot, as well as the closing date, which gives me a better idea of if there was a change in price prior to getting under contract and selling the property, what the dollar per square foot represents for each sale, and how they move in time. And I can organize this by closing date as well. And so there's many different ways in which I can interact with this information in order to get the interesting or key decision factors in order to move forward with a potential contract and so on and so forth on the available properties. So that concludes today's video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. And again, I encourage all of you to go ahead and get creative and change these grids so they uncover the truth that you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.